Okay, let's look at the details of this article. Obesity rates among adults rose in 23 states over the past year, and no state experienced a significant decline. Just think about that. The obesity epidemic clearly goes beyond being an individual problem, says Jeff Levy, executive director of the Trust, a nonprofit public health group. Jeff could not be more accurate. This is not an individual problem. Your personal weight loss problem, if you have one, is no longer just your own. It is a problem for all of us, for every person in the world. A new wave of obesity. Wow. Now listen to this. The crest of the wave of obesity is still to crash. What does he mean by that? That means the problems of obesity that we're collecting right now as a nation and as a world is going to crash, very much like a wave collects energy over and over and over again as it travels through the ocean. And eventually, if the wave has enough energy, it becomes a tidal wave or tsunami. Well, this is going to make a tsunami and a tidal wave pale in comparison when it comes to death toll and financial impact. Okay, the article goes on to say, there is no magic bullet. We do not have a pill for this, says Levi. It's not going to be solved in the doctor's office, but in the community, where we change norms. He could, again, not be more accurate. There's not a magic pill for this. That means you're going to have to solve it on your own. You need solutions that's going to work on your own. Okay, I told you before in the first video that I was going to give you some shocking mathematical statistics. Referring back to the article at MSNBC, it says the Centers for Disease Control has long said that nearly a third of Americans are obese, and the Trust report uses a somewhat more conservative CDC surveys for a closer state-by-state look. In other words, they're going to err on the conservative side, which is fine, because I want to show you even conservatively what this means. Right now, we have the highest state at 32.5% obesity for adults, and the lowest state at 21.8%. But I want you to notice some very critical statistics. In 1991, no state had more than a 20% obesity rate. Today, the only state that doesn't is Colorado at 18.9%. If you do the math on this, folks, we're rising about 5% in obesity for every 15 years. But that is also rising exponentially. So you can't say every 15 years there's going to be a 5% increase. It's actually increasing faster than the years go by. So doing the math on this, we come up with about 30 to 35 years from now, in a lot of our personal lifespans, over half of the United States population will be obese. I want you to think about that. Over half. If you think the healthcare costs are high now, wait till then. If you think the disease rates are high now, wait till then. Or better yet, don't wait till then, because there's even more of a pressing problem. Look at the childhood obesity rates. They are absolutely going through the roof. Mississippi also had the highest rate of overweight and obese children at 44% in total. It's followed by Arkansas, 37.5%, and Georgia, 37.3%. Just for statistical analysis, the kids are actually about 10 to 12% fatter than the adults. Folks, that means by the time that these stats roll over to the next generation, that 50% will leap to at least 60 to 65% of adults, and they're having children. Do you see where I'm going with this? Unless we put a stop to this right now, this country is in for a lot of pain and suffering, unnecessary pain and suffering, as is the world. We're not the only country with these facts and figures. We're just the worst. Now, I'm going to tell you what you can do personally today, right now. Look at the link below this video right now. That link is to a book called The Every Other Day Diet. That is my bestseller. It's a very reasonable dietary program. It comes with a year of support on our form, so we can help you get through this. Now, that year of support and that book is under $50. It's not a lot of money. And you're going to spend more than that in grocery bills in the next week. Click on that link for Every Other Day Diet. You'll be very glad that you did. You're not just doing this for yourself anymore. You're doing it for the country, and you're doing it for your children. And this is not placating to your emotions. This is a simple statement of fact. Thanks a lot.